What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I have a little bit of Sly Cooper news to talk about. Normally, I would do this on the main channel, but the main channel is booked and full today, so I'm bringing it here. But this is a big news. This is actually something that should be on my main channel, but it's okay. So we have Special Nick, right? He's talked a lot about Sly Cooper. He's kind of our go-to guy when it comes to Sly Cooper, and he had teased about a week ago that he was going to have new information on Sly very soon, that his source was getting ready to talk to him, and he kind of quote tweeted that tweet, and he said, okay, so my source has given me the green light, but we're still not 100% certain, but it's believed that Pixel Opus, as many of you have guessed, possibly in collaboration with Sony Animation, are the ones working on Sly. I also believe Sony Animation is on the cartoon project, so that would indicate that the show rumor is real. At least that's how I kind of, now that's just my assumption. It could totally be wrong, but that's my assumption based off of the ending of that tweet. So this was not the studio that I had picked. This was not the studio that I think a lot of, I guess a lot of people did get it right. I personally thought it was going to be Sumo Digital. I think that would have made a lot of sense. They're the ones who made Sackboy: A Big Adventure. And I think that would have worked well. But this team that they're talking about as well, I think they work really well too. So I remember this team, and I remember their origin very vividly. I didn't even have to really look them up. I looked them up just to make sure they were the right team. This was a team that was originally consisted of literally just college students. These were people in programs in two different colleges, and they formed a team. I think 6 to 7 of them were just brought in, and then they hired, I think, 2 people that were industry veterans, and they made Entwined, and that was the game that was shown. I think it was shown at like an E3, and then they said like the game is available to play right now. That was one of those games, and that was made by this team that I believe only had 9 people in the team at all. And again, 7 of the 9, I believe, were literally just college students, and it was a really cool story. Then I'm assuming they built up, right? And they've also collaborated with other people, but they've built up and they made Concrete Genie, right, which were released a couple of years ago. I think like the fall of 2019 was Concrete Genie. So it's very like, now, you know, the rumor is they didn't start this project till last summer, so I don't know what they were doing for almost 2 years. I don't know if they were prototyping things or maybe getting Sly ready in the prototype phase, but if it is them, then that is who they are. They are a small team, which is why I do assume that they would have to collaborate. I doubt they're like over 30, 40, 50 people working there. That could definitely be wrong, but that is just my assumption. So my assumption is to make a AAA Sly Cooper game for PlayStation, to bring it back, you'd probably need some help, and that's where Sony Animation would be brought in. And again, Sony Animation could also be working on the whatever the project is. Again, I would assume, or maybe, Sony Animation is on the cartoon project. Yeah, that really does read out to me like a show. But I guess it could mean like the animations, like literally the cutscenes of there's 2 different kinds of cutscenes in Sly, right? As you can tell from any of the videos I play, right? There's the cutscenes when they're talking and kind of interacting with each other, and then there's also kind of the very grand, like the bigger cutscenes, or when they're setting up what the mission is going into the mission, right? And they'll say, Sly Cooper and the gang presents, or whatever, like that. Maybe it's talking about that, but I don't know. That's not the first thing I think of when I think of a cartoon project. I think of like something outside of Sly Cooper. So it's definitely not the studio that I thought, but that's just like a subjective thing, right? Like if I had to choose, who would I choose? That's just, up to the individual. I wish these people I truly mean this. I wish them the absolute best of luck. If it is them, I want just the best product humanly. It's a tough task. It's a tough task because you have Sly Cooper fans that are very passionate about the brand, very excited about it, but hopefully these guys and gals can nail it, and I'm really excited to see, what they can do. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you're all subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.